Hello, friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. I am Cooper the Red, and this is Black Stack Proliferate. So here we have the deck that we're talking about. We're going to be playing today. We're going to be bringing it through a league, and this deck has actually been going through a lot of different iterations. Some of you, if you've been watching the stream for a little while, might recognize some of the cards that are on display here. And there are some new ones, new to me anyway. It's been a little while since I've played Magic. I would like to put out a big shout out to Alexandre Weber. Weber, as far as I know, he was the first one that, or at least the first one that I saw, that was been playing the Proliferate cards in the Black Sack deck. So big shout out to Weber. Definitely check out his channel. And yeah, so once I saw Weber's version of Black Sacrifice, I knew that I had to at some point put it together and try it out for myself. So I've been taking it into a little bit of tournament practice here and there, just to kind of like twiddle around with it, see what I like and what I didn't. And I decided to make the deck to be very, very concentrated on the engine. So as I'm going through the deck, we'll go through the different pieces, and you'll all see how everything fits together. So the main parts of the engine are going to be Karen Feeder, Mortician Beetle, Gixian Infiltrator, Mold Folk, and then the two sacrifice instants, Deadly Dispute. If I can get that to pop up there, Deadly Dispute, and Village Rights. Okay, come on, pop up. There we go, Village Rights. So, Mortician Beetle and Gixian Infiltrator, those are going to be creatures that are going to continue to grow as we sacrifice things. Um, so the Karen Feeder, the Mold Folk, Deadly Dispute, and Village Rights are all going to allow us to sacrifice various creatures, which are going to grow the Beetle and Infiltrator. And then the Karen Feeder and Mold Folk grow themselves. As you're sacrificing things to them, they will continue to grow as well. So we're going to have four creatures that are going to get very, very large fairly quickly. And these are going to be the main things that we're going to kill with. In order to grow these creatures, we need things to sacrifice. And so we've got Nested Shambler, tried and true. I'm a huge fan of Nested Shambler. I've been playing it for a very long time in these black sack type decks, and I think it's pound for pound the best option. You're getting two creatures for one mana. That's pretty special. Um, to go along with the Nested Shambler, we have Shambling Gas. This is something I've seen a lot of other people play in these styles of decks. And with the Gixian Infiltrator and the Mold Folk, I definitely want to be playing the Shambling Ghast, because when we search the body and create a treasure token, the treasure token can be sacrificed to Mold Folk. We can sacrifice it for mana, growing the Infiltrator, and we can sacrifice it to Deadly Dispute. So Shambling Ghast is doing actually a lot for us, as well as potentially being a form of removal. We've also got Iron Apprentice. This is something that I had never thought of, but Weber had put in his deck. And once I saw what Iron Apprentice was able to do, along with the various Proliferate cards, I was just instantly enamored with the card and had to put it into the list as a 4 of. So we've got the 4 Iron Apprentice, and that fills out the rest of the one drop creatures. Spoke briefly about Village Rights already. Whisper of the Dross is a really cool card. This is one of the newer cards, and it's going to give target creature -1/-1. And you know, that is like a thing, sure, that's cool, but that's not the main reason we're playing the card. We're playing the card because it's a 1 mana instant speed Proliferate. So that means that our Iron Apprentice, Karen Feeder, Mortician Beetle, Gixian Infiltrator, and Mold Folk, and whatever creature we have a Unexpected Fangs counter on are going to grow at instant speed. So that's the main reason we're playing Whisper of the Dross, and along with the Blight Belly Rat. Uh, Again, like this is a 2/2 for 2 mana. It has Toxic 1. Those things, we're not really caring too much about that. What we really care about is the last lines of the card. When Blight Belly Rat dies, Proliferate. That means that when we are sacrificing Blight Belly Rat to grow our Mortician Beetle and our Gixian Infiltrator, they're going to get 2+1/+1 counters and not just one. So this thing here can very quickly actually grow and your army. It's not too impressive if you just have, like Karen Feeder Mortician Beetle on the board, but if you have Karen Feeder, 2 Mortician Beetles, and a Mold Folk, it starts looking way, way better, especially if you can get an Iron Apprentice out at the same time. Blight Belly Rat and Iron Apprentice works just wonders. It's fantastic. So that's basically all of the spells. We've got the one of Unexpected Fangs in here. It gives a +1/+1 counter to our creatures, which works very well with Proliferate. Gives our creature lifelink, which is going to be important for all of the red decks that we are going to end up playing against today. When I was taking this through tournament practice, I actually played against 0 red decks. People didn't want to bring that into tournament practice. That's fine. I understand that. So we're going to have to figure out how this deck functions against red decks in the league for reals. I do want to speak briefly about the land count here. I had been playing 17 lands in this deck for a very long time, and it's basically like a superstitious thing. Cooper, I want to play 13 swamps. It's like a lucky number to me. 13 swamps seems like the perfect number. And then we get the 4 Vaulted Whispers. We need the artifact land for quite a few different cards: Deadly Dispute, Gixian Infiltrator, and Mold Folk. So we want to have all 4 vaults, I think, anyways. So at that point, I needed to find another land, something else, in order to bump that land count up to 18, because after playing 17 lands for so long, I'd been so tired of getting land screwed. I knew I needed one more land in this deck, and if I can't have Vault of Whispers because we've already got the maximum, and I don't want to play 14 swamps because I want my 13, then the next best card, I figure, is probably Bojuka Bog. You could absolutely make a case for either the cycling land, Barrenmoor, or the new enter to play tapped land that says a generic and a black, tap it and sacrifice it to draw a card. So if what you wanted was to play one of those cards, I think that they would be almost as good as Bojuka Bog and almost as good as Swamp. 14 Swamp would be the best thing, but I think Bojuka Bog is just barely better than those other two. All right, we're almost there. We're going to get through the sideboard and we're going to get into some games. All right, so starting from the right, we've got 3 copies of Nihil Spellbomb to be able to deal with an opponent's graveyard. And then also, like Spellbomb is something that we can actually kind of work with the rest of our deck, right? So like Spellbomb works well with Infiltrator. We can sacrifice it to Moldfolk and still draw the card. We can sacrifice it to Deadly Dispute and still draw the card by paying the mana. So Spellbomb is my graveyard interaction of choice. Then we're running 3 Suffocating Fumes right now. I like the cycling. I like the mana cost. I like the instant speed. So I'm thinking, like Suffocating Fumes is probably the way to go for sweepers in this deck. Yeah. Haven't tried Arms of Adar, but Suffocating Fumes just kind of feels right for me. We've also got 2 Crypt Rats. Some of you might have seen me play Crypt Rats with Unexpected Fangs before, and if you ever get that combo going, is it ever a beating? And this deck can actually make the Crypt Rats larger than a 2/2 because of Proliferate, so we can get those Crypt Rats up to like a 3/3 and start hitting for 2 every time. Generally, it's just going to be another way to sweep the board, but that is an option for us. We've got the 3 other copies of Unexpected Fangs here to bring us up to a full 4 of copies against the red decks. And then I've also got 4 copies of Duress if we need to be taking out, Whispers of the Dross because our removal isn't going to be any good. If we need to be interacting with spells because we're playing against like Dimir Poison, or is it even Dimir anymore? It's like black, blue, green now, isn't it? Sultai? In any event, if we're playing against that kind of a deck, we're playing against a non-creature combo deck. I want those Duress in there. One other thing that people could absolutely look at and try and put into the deck would be Snuff Out. Snuff Out is a very, very powerful removal card. Personally, I don't have it in here because red decks are so prevalent. I don't want to be paying for life to be removing their creatures. While, like in some cases, that's probably okay if you're paying for life to kill a 4/5 Swift Spear. But just in general, I wasn't a huge fan of it in the current meta, but I can absolutely understand the argument that people are making to say that it belongs in the deck. Oh, scoreboard works, and we're up against the boss. Satan Raken, boss battle, round 1. Holy shit. Okay, well, we're on the draw. We have a 1 land hand. I'm not too interested in keeping a 1 land hand, to be honest. Let's mulligan this. Yeah, we can keep this, get rid of a land. Okay, so Snow-Covered Island leads me to believe they're playing Familiars. Whisper of the Dross. This is what they call the welcome back. Snow-Covered Plains, yeah, and Chantry, so I'd say like 100% they're on Familiars here. But I have seen Satan Raken's Tron deck. Pretty impressive stuff. If I weren't dead set against playing Tron, I would play that deck. Yeah, there's the God Pharaoh's Faithful. And the Sunscape Familiar. So yeah, this is a bit of a problem already. What do we do here? Do we Village Rites a Karen Feeder, try and draw into some stuff? Guess we only really need 1. There's some stuff. Okay, so we've got Whisper of the Dross ready to go. Let's attack with the Karen Feeder. See what happens. No blocks. So we could start pumping our creatures. We could make the Karen Feeder into a 3/3, the Iron Apprentice into a 2/2. The problem is they have Snap, and we really can't rely on our big creatures sticking around. I think we're just going to hold up Village Rites for now. We're facing Satan Raken like right away round 1. Who else are we going to be facing this league? Parallax? GN? Evoked Muldrifter. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, huh? Meeting of the Minds. Seems pretty good with their deck. And then Ghostly Flicker. Oh, wow. Okay, so I guess I'll kill their Muldrifter here. Oh, that's not the way that works. I keep on forgetting. Oh, wait, hold on. It's just, it does work. It's just, sometimes I get confused with Whisper of the Dross, and this doesn't make tokens or counters. It does still totally work, though. Totally works. Let's get these things to happen first. We want to get that counter on the Karen feeder before we proliferate. Let's see if I remember how to ban people. It's not working. Damn it. No mods in the chat. Oh well. To figure that stuff out. Attack with some creatures. They might block the 2/2 here. Probably not, though, because Whisper of the Dross would blow them out. I think I'm going to Deadly Dispute a land, see what we draw. Find another Iron Apprentice and another Whisper of the Dross. Let's play the Iron Apprentice and pass back. All right, Satan Raken, what do you got? Sunscape Familiar. Ooh, an Archaeomancer. That's a good one. Getting back, Meeting of the Minds, draws a million cards. Seems good. Meeting of the Minds. Drawing those cards immediately. And here's a Mortuary Mire to put Muldrifter back on top. Hey, thanks for stopping in. I'll be putting the VOD up on YouTube for tomorrow. All right, so they're tapped out. We have Whisper of the Dross. We could grow our team. We don't really get much out of the -1/-1, but we never really do, especially not in a matchup like this. Could really start to make our creatures kind of scary. But we have the treasure token. It might just be better off to just wait. Maybe we can find. Okay, see, good thing we waited. Satan Raiden thinking over their potential blocks here and what I could potentially have. I've only got 2 cards in hand, but they have already seen Whisper of the Dross. So they know that my creatures could grow at a moment's notice. And I could do some pretty significant damage here if they choose not to block. They choose not to block. How much damage is this? 3, 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think it's 13. Hey, X Granum, what's up? I think we just go Whisper of the Dross and just hit him for the damage that we have available and don't bother sacrificing for those extra points. I guess I could Village Rites this as well. Put him to 9. Oh, they got the snap. So I can sacrifice the Karen Feeder to itself in order to prevent the untap here. Which could potentially stop them from, like having a million mana. The thing is, it's our only sacrifice effect right now. So I guess we just F6. Maybe we're just toast at this point. Because, yeah, they have Ghostly Flicker, Double Archaeomancer, Snap, and Ephemerate. So they can just bounce our entire team. We lose all of our power and toughness. This is one of the things that I was particularly worried about in this matchup, where we spend our time making our creatures big, and then they snap them back to our hand, and they just become 1/1s again. So at this point, we have lost this game, and we have a couple of choices about how we could potentially move forward on this. We could try to play for the clock and try to make Satan Raken win the game, and try to win the match through the timer. But I honestly don't think that is going to work versus Satan Raken. I'm also not in the headspace for that kind of play today. That is something that I have done and will do in the future. But at this one moment against this particular opponent, I'm going to concede here. All right, so we're going to want to bring in some Crypt Rats. And I'm thinking Spell Bomb, if we have the space for it. Could also bring in Duress. I want to take out Whisper of the Dross. It's not going to kill anything. I think I might actually take out a Mold Folk for a Duress. Yeah, this is a pretty tough matchup. Our lines are to put on a huge amount of pressure, spell bomb to get rid of the important cards in their graveyard, and crypt rats to wipe their board. But yeah, this is a pretty tough matchup. They've got ways to gain life. They have ways to remove our creatures. Let's see what we can do. We'll keep this. Ash Barrens turn 1 means Karoo turn 2. What did I tell you? Getting a lot of lands here. Last breath. Last breath on my crypt rats. Well, I guess we'll eat it. Fizzle the last breath. Ooh, okay. Blightbelly Rat. Just because of the way these things stack, if I sacrifice this, if I sacrifice the Blightbelly Rat to the Mold Folk, I don't get to put the extra counter on the Mold Folk. Might almost just be worth it to just, oh, I could sacrifice the Vault of Whispers to the Mold Folk, and then I could Village Rites the Blightbelly Rat. MT Menta, cheers. Pretty good draws. Got some good pressure going here. All right, so they do have something up. We don't know what. We don't have lethal. Kind of want to play these into potential counter magic. Nested Shambler, honestly, was the one I wanted to resolve anyway. Oh, they probably have a snap. Oh, Prismatic Strands. Well, of course. Of course they would have Prismatic Strands. It's one of the best white cards in Pauper. And they've got a plenty of white creatures in order to tap, to recast it. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. There's one right there. Could make a squirrel here, but then they could just block the squirrel with the Seagate Oracle, so having a green creature isn't really going to help us. Another swamp, drawing so many lands. Why did I put that extra land in the deck? Don't worry, it was the right thing to do. Yeah, yeah. There's the prismatic strands. I think I might have liked waiting to see if I turn my Mortician Beetle into a 3/3, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, exactly, Retro Waffles. Now, if only I could play some kind of a magic card that was a spell on one side and then a land on the other side. But I mean, that would never happen. Mr. Rabe, hello. Love to see all these people I recognize in chat. That's fantastic. I'm coming back. Chat's coming back. Good times. All right, let's play Karen Feeder. See if they want to counter that. Oh, it's been a long time. Yes, indeed. It's been about 6 months. Hard to believe. Yeah, I might as well attack with the squirrel. They want to block with Caw Gate Oracle. I can just sacrifice it anyway. All right, so we have 5 damage coming through. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, we cannot get to lethal. Let's just go as is here. Keep the squirrel. Another meeting of the minds. And we'll leave the swamp in hand here to bluff a spell. Oh, playing the Archaeomancer again. What does that get back? Meeting of the Minds, Last Breath, Ghostly Flicker. Gets back the Flicker, of course. And here's a Mole Drifter. Well, it looks like we might have been too slow here. Can they actually just gain Unbound Life here? Yeah, they can. The duress, though. All right, let's take a peek at their hand. I'm wondering if they're going to start a cycle here. Okay, they're just going to hit the Mole Drifter and the Archaeomancer instead of going for some kind of an infinite cycle. I have less time on my clock anyways. They're already pretty much guaranteed to win. So no reason to play that way. Oh my god, they're going to draw 2 more cards with Meeting of the Minds. Wow. That's so crazy. And they're at 16 life, so this is GG for them. They're going to win this one. Game and match. I guess they got like all lands in hand. Yeah, we'll keep on playing for a little bit longer. Cancel that actually. They bricked on those draws. They got Mortuary Mire to get back. Caw Gate Oracle, I guess. Hey, Island Piper. Yes, indeed. It has been. It's been a while for sure. Happy to be playing some Magic again. And speaking of bricking, all right, I'm gonna give him the GG in chat. This hand looks fantastic. Let's do it. Okay, looks like we're up against Caw Gates. All right, they've got a little bit of a slow start here, but they're going to be able to start doing some real cool stuff starting next turn. So we've got Karen Feeder Nested Shambler. I could play the Karen Feeder Nested Shambler, then we would not have Deadly Dispute up. I don't think we need the Dispute this turn. And sacrificing this Nested Shambler, at least the first part of it, is going to get us an extra damage in, and then have another creature ready to go for next turn. All right, here's 4 damage. Here's a Sea Gate, calling red, and a Dawnbringer Cleric. They can take the Nested Shambler out of our graveyard or gain 2 life. They choose to gain the life, makes sense. All right, let's head into our turn, see what we draw here. Beautiful draw. We get the Mortician Beetle. Could potentially get better draws, but that's a pretty good one. Swing in with everything. All right, so they're going to block the Iron Apprentice. We do have a couple of choices here. We can sacrifice it to the Karen Feeder, do more damage. We could also Deadly Dispute on the Iron Apprentice, draw more cards, and still get the bonuses on the Mortician Beetle and Gixian Infiltrator. I'm going to Deadly Dispute here. And then we also get to put the counter from the Iron Apprentice on a thing. We could put it on the Squirrel, but I want to sacrifice the Squirrel at another time. So we're going to put the counter on the... I'm going to put the counter on the Karen Feeder. No, I am not running any of the Guildsworn Prowlers. Good card, but I'm not running it. Also, don't know if I have any, and if I don't have any, I don't want to buy them. Okay, now this is something we have to actually look at. How much damage are we putting out? And if I knew I was drawing Whisper of the Dross, let me tell you, I would have put the counter on the Swirl token. So what do we got? We got 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, not lethal. We'll just play the Iron Apprentice post-combat. Okay, so they probably have like either Cannonade or what other Whisper of the Dross? Or Prismatic Strands here. Exactly. Back in business. Not exactly business as usual. We got a different time where I'm going to be streaming, but this is going to be the standard time. Okay, so they're blocking the Iron Apprentice here. I don't know. Anytime one of the cards from that set becomes popular, it spikes. If it wasn't given out as a free card, there are just so few of those cards available that's the way that it happens. It's weird, but is what it is. Hey, well, thanks a lot for coming around, and look forward to seeing you in chat as time goes on. Yeah, yeah, I'll be playing Magic today for a little bit. I'm probably gonna do another league after this one. So now we have a 2/2 Iron Apprentice against their O2 Cleric. And they're going to Prismatic Strands. Yep, yep, yep. That is pretty much what we thought was going to happen. So they are able to prevent the black damage, but they don't prevent the colorless damage, which does kill their creature. And they'll also take one from the squirrel. Here's a Brainstorm, end of turn. And that's it for us. Pass back. Gonna have to get used to being back in the swing of things here. I can already tell from match one and just this early game here that I'm playing a little bit too slow. Yeah, this is going to be the normal schedule moving forward. I'm working a different schedule at work. Working at a different place. So yeah, I'm going to be starting at 2 p.m. Atlantic time. So that was about 50 minutes ago. All right, so another Dawnbringer Cleric, which is going to allow them to recast the Prismatic Strands from their graveyard. No point in playing Whisper of the Dross at this moment. We'll play this Nested Shambler, though. Come in for some more damage. Oh, that's good to hear. All right, so I'm going to Whisper the Dross again. We'll get 3 damage in with the Iron Apprentice. We do not kill their Dawnbringer Cleric this way, but our Squirrel actually survives. We could just sacrifice the Squirrel, and then we get to keep the Whisper of the Dross. It's not like we're going to do big damage anyways. They're going to Prismatic Strands. No, it's not a counter. It just gives a creature -1/-1. I make that mistake quite a bit though, actually, where I'm always like trying to calculate how many -1s they get, and it's always one, man. There's no addition, no multiplication on that. It's always one. Unless you want to put more whispers on the stack, or you have some of those what's those shambling ghast. All right, so it looks like they discarded a Caw Gate to the Modern Age. And they're using Preordain here, maybe trying to find another Prismatic Strands. Just need some Yawgmoth? Oh, baby. Now you're talking. Journey to Nowhere. Resolves. Probably take the Karen Feeder. So we could sacrifice the Karen Feeder to itself, which grows everything else. Have they played a land this turn? They have not played a land this turn, so they could play land and then still have Prismatic Strands. think I'm going to sacrifice the Nested Shambler to grow the rest of my team, make a Squirrel, and then I'll let the Journey to Nowhere take the Karen Feeder, just so that they don't have the ability to, like, core Skyfisher the Journey to Nowhere, bring it back to hand, and use it as another removal spell. I hear that reading is pretty overpowered in Magic. Okay, here's another Journey, getting rid of the Infiltrator. Unfortunate, but is what it is. And we do not have a lethal attack here, or so it would seem. If they choose not to block, I mean, they have to block something. It would be lethal if they didn't block anything. But like if they block Squirrel, they die. No way they do that though, right? Maybe they block Iron Apprentice and think that it's just going to be a 2/2 and take 6, go to 2. Maybe we'll get something good here that we can use to win the game. Maybe we'll draw a Swamp. Yeah, that block makes a lot more sense. Um, do we use the Whisper of the Dross for 1 extra damage? I don't think it's worth it. I think we want to keep the Whisper of the Dross, because the opponent does have like 1/1s that they want to throw the Basilisk Gate onto. Here's a Brainstorm. Main phase Brainstorm. They can actually kill us pretty quick with these Basilisk Gates and their Flyer. See, now that's something that Whisper of the Dross is perfect for taking care of. Hey, not a land. Here's a Mold Folk. Festering Mummy would be pretty cool. It's just Shambling Gas is just a tiny bit better because it produces the treasure, which is good for the Mold Folk and good for the Gixian Infiltrator and good for the Deadly Dispute. But yeah, that would actually for sure be something worth considering, 100%. Okay, so they're going to tap the Mortician Beetle. Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, the better that could potentially be. Definitely worth thinking about. Attack seems kind of poor here, to be honest. They can just block the... I guess if they block the Iron Apprentice with a Vector Glider and just let the Squirrel through, we could sacrifice the Iron Apprentice, put the counters on the Squirrel, put them to 1, but then that just... they just win from there. Oh, Serrated Arrows. That card is nuts. A lot of mana, though. I think it's too much mana for this deck. All right, so we're hoping that they target the Sacred Cat with Basilisk Gate here. But yeah, one of the other decks that I want to try out this week is the Sultai Poison deck. Sultai Proliferate. Seems like Serrated Arrows would actually be very good in that deck. Oh wow, they're not activating the Basilisk Gate at all. What do they have in their hand? Ooh, Blight Belly Rat. Let's go. Okay. They've got to have the prismatic strands here. They have to have that. We might still win through prismatic strands though, because we have double proliferate. So I think we still win through that. Oh, but they have the life gain. No, because we kill that. We kill that with Whisper of the Dross. Okay. Nice. Okay. So we're gonna bring in Crypt Rats, bring in Spell Bomb. Do we want any copies of Duress in this matchup? Maybe. Seems kind of hard to bring him in though. Kind of sucks to take out Mold Folk when we're bringing in Spell Bomb. Do I really want the Crypt Rats in this matchup is another question. Because it kind of feels like a lot of their creatures are X3s. Could be difficult to get the Crypt Rats to really go, to really work. I think I'm going to try this. Bring in the Spell Bombs for a couple Mold Folk and the Unexpected Fangs. I don't think life gain is going to be too important in this matchup, but I could be wrong. One land hand here is very difficult to keep. We're going to mulligan this. And we can keep this, get rid of a land. Okay. I think we'll start with. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll start with the beetle. And I can have 6 here. Try and save a little bit on clock. Already used almost 10 minutes. We're starting game 2 here. Oh, good draw, good draw. Let's get that rat out. can't. Okay, yeah, they don't have any red mana here, so they can't sweep. What they can do is play a Journey to Nowhere, but nope, it's a Squadron Hawk. Oh, they already have 6 cards in hand. How many Hawks are they going to go find? 2 Hawks and a land. Okay. And that is getting that is naming red, so they could potentially have sweepers moving forward. All right, so I guess we play Karen Feeder here. And attack. Oh, I should not have attacked with the beetle. That was stupid. Now I gotta sacrifice the rat. Yeah, that was just a bad attack. So we put the Blightbelly rat trigger below the beetle trigger, so the beetle can grow, and then the Blightbelly rat can grow the beetle. And no land draw. Okay, here's a brainstorm. Which means they could have put some Squadron Hawks back on top of their library. Land. Shit. All right, let's play out these nested shamblers. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice the shambler to the Karen Feeder, grow it, and then I'm going to Whisper the Dross, kill the Squadron Hawk, and attack for big damage. Oh no, do they have like a lightning bolt or something here? That's a nope. Oh, they have a Spell Pierce. That's what they had. Okay. I thought, it's fine. Get rid of that 3rd land. We'll draw another land later. We've got Deadly Disputes, Village Rights. Still, 2 lands is better than 1. Oh no, Journey to Nowhere. Oh, what a nightmare. Getting rid of the Karen Feeder. Yeah, we gotta let that happen. They are tapped out. I don't think they've played a land yet, though. Okay, they just do Guild Gate. Land. I'm going to attack in with a squirrel. If they want to trade the Squadron Hawk for the squirrel, I am cool with that. All right, let's get that land on top so I can go Nested Shambler, Deadly Dispute. Discarding a Dawnbringer Cleric. Playing Island. And here's that Squadron Hawk we knew about. Putting the final Squadron Hawk into their hand. And here's a Sacred Cat. Sacred Cat with Basilisk Gate is a problem, of course. We miss on land again. No. Four, five, six, seven, eight. You can only do 8 damage if they don't block. Of course they're going to block, though. Hmm. Oh, and they probably have another Spell Pierce up or something. Guess I'll just play 2 Nested Shamblers. Oh wow, they just take that damage. I'm hoping it's just 6 or 7 life they gain this turn. They don't like just play another Basilisk Gate and gain 1,000,000. Well, at least there's that. Block while we have the opportunity to. Fire, dealing damage to my stuff. I don't have any reactions. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, finally. We can still only play one thing. Okay, so what we can do, we can block their Sacred Cat and then Deadly Dispute the Nested Shambler so that they don't gain any life. Okay, so yeah, they make the Sacred Cat a 7/7. Block. and sacrifice with Deadly Dispute. So even if they counter the Deadly Dispute here, the sacrifice is part of the cast, so they are not going to gain life. Okay, so they do have the Spell Pierce. We are not drawing cards, and they are not gaining life. Kadeem, what's up? Oh, I gotta hit no twice. Guess I still haven't fixed that. Okay, passing the turn back to them. They start with a Modern Age. Discarding Citadel Gate. They have 2 cards in hand. Do we know that one of them is Squadron Hawk? I think we know one of them is Squadron Hawk. Okay, second verse, same as the first. Oh, shit. Adepto Terra with the raid. Thank you so much. I saw you were streaming earlier, and I was like, oh man, am I homing in on this guy's territory? Cutting in on the time slot? Oh, it's fantastic. Thanks so much for coming by to raid the stream. I hope that your stream was amazing. And welcome, welcome, everybody. I am Cooper the Red, and today we're playing some Black Sack Proliferate. All the follows, love to see it. All right, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, they play the Squadron Hawk. That's what I thought the last card was. Not going crazy. Hey, Tuego Forte, how you doing? Glad to see you here in chat. I've been to your stream a couple times. Love watching those the Pauper tournaments that you hold. Fantastic stuff. All right, so we don't have a way to sacrifice here, which is a problem. So they are going to be gaining some life off that Sacred Cat. Let's put down this Iron Apprentice. Oh shit, if we attack all, they block the no, we have the treasure token. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So I could hit him for 4 by sacrificing the treasure. Not worth it. Just going to play this out empty-handed. I think it's better to have the extra threat on the board. So they discard Island with Modern Age. They have an unknown card in hand. And they're coming in for 8 lifelink. We could block it with the Iron Apprentice to grow one of our other creatures. Or we could keep the Iron Apprentice and try and threaten lethal with it. I think in this case, we're better off keeping the extra 1 damage. I could absolutely be wrong, though. They're going up to 12. It's going to be pretty hard to kill. Going to need maybe Whisper of the Dross. Oh, another Sacred Cat. Did not see that. Oh, come on, Dak. No lands and all lands. It is the way. Hey Kenny, I'm glad that you're coming back to check out the chat after all this time. Really appreciate that. Wasn't too sure what to expect after this very long um, time away from the game, but very happy to see everybody coming out with the support. Yeah, that blocking order is fine because we're going to do 4 damage. We are going to lose our creature though, unfortunately. If only we had any way to sacrifice our things. They're doing more damage than I can dish out here. And I'm going to be running out of time for game 3 because I'm playing so slow. Oh no, another Sacred Cat. Fresh. What do we get? Village Rights. Oh no, Village Rights. What are we even going to do with this? We don't have anything good to sacrifice to it. I'm running out of time. 8 Recklesses. Not in this deck, but in another deck, absolutely. So brutal. Here's 10 damage. Yeah, I'll be picking that deck up for sure. Good to see you, Cherry. I mean, we got to do something, right? But it might not be the right thing. Oh my god, really? Deck, you're killing me. We're dead. Honestly, I just want to. I'm gonna F6 here, and then we'll go to game 3 in the red for game 3. That's Kenny. That's what I thought we were going to be playing against, but you know, when you expect something, you get something else. I expected all red, and I started out against familiars, and now I'm playing against Caw Gates. And another land off the top. That was brutal. All right, we've got to play this fast. I might make mistakes here. That's just the way it is. We don't have very much time, and in the game of Modo, we don't get to go to extra turns. If your clock runs out, you lose. Oh, there's a Heap Gate. Oh, Journey to Nowhere. What a pain. Getting rid of Gixian Infiltrator. Another Swamp. Let's play Gixian Infiltrator, hit F6, and attack with Mortician Beetle, hit F6. When I say F6, I mean 6. It's just one of those old habits from way back in the day when the function keys were actually how we interacted with the phases. Spell Bomb. I just want to hit F6 again, even though we have a treasure token. We could play Village Rights. Probably shouldn't then. Probably wait and see what they do. Maybe I can respawn to a fire to try that they use to try and kill the Mortician Beetle. I guess they don't have the red mana for that, so we don't have to worry about fire. But they could have Journey to Nowhere. No Journey. This is their turn 4. They do still have a land drop, but that shouldn't matter. Let's F6. Okay, play Beetle. Play Light Belly Rat. Attack everything. Okay, they're just taking... Let's go big here. They're tapped out. Deadly Dispute the Blight Belly Rat. Make sure we put these onto the stack first. That's important. Always yes. Always yes. Always yield. Always yield. Oh shit, I did that. Fuck, I did it backwards. Right as I'm saying, make sure you do it this way. Fucking do it backwards. Oh well, that's what you get for playing fast. Make a bunch of stupid mistakes. Where's that punt counter? It's not a Cooper stream unless he punts spectacularly. All right, got Shambling Gas to get that off the board. And they can't spell pierce this. Oh, nice draw with a Bajuka Bog. Very nice draw. All right, swing in. Probably should have played the Shambling Gas pre-combat. Hey, thanks, Kenny. I mean, like, I know how to play the game. It's just under time pressures, it's a lot harder. We got the Bajuka Bog to clean up the Sacred Cat and the Prismatic Strands. Bajuka Bog paying off. Let's go. Play the Shambling Gas, pass the turn back. There's a Modern Age. Discards a Guild Gate. They don't have enough mana for Strands anymore. Okay, they untap their mana, tapping it again. Okay, no Strands. I guess they could still draw Strands and discard it. No Strands, let's go. Untapped Ash Barons, Dawnbringer Cleric. Okay. We have the Village Rights to get rid of the Squadron Hawk. So I think this should be GG. Nah, they got 12 life. That's still so much life. Because we can only currently get rid of one blocker. There we go. Because, yeah, they can block the Infiltrator, but sacrificing the Blightbelly Rat gets it. Woo! Damn! Less than a minute left on the clock. Woo-wee! Oh, man, that was tough. I was starting to doubt there, but we got there. I want to give the opponent the GG in chat, but most of you know how I feel about that. As a winner, I don't think it's like in good taste to put GG in chat, so I won't. But anyway, good games. Got our 2 lands. Got a fantastic hand. 100% keep the heck out of this. And no red again. Oh no, this is actually a really tough matchup. They have snaps, which is a real pain, and then they also have this creature that shrinks the power of our creatures. So yeah, actually not the deck that I wanted to see, but is what it is. What do we start with here? I think we're actually going to start with the Karen Feeder, because they could potentially counter our spells next turn. Yeah, that's true. We have Fumes and Rats in the sideboard. And Dross is actually very good against them. That's true, that's true. Whisper of the Dross kills pretty much everything, except for Deep Dish. Wouldn't expect them to be playing something pre-combat here. What's this? Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, Faeries is another deck that I have that I want to be playing again very, very soon. Seems like pretty good in the meta. Oh, neat. I have a stop on the end of combat. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so they are not holding up Spell Stutter Sprite. It's a good thing. That means I can just go ahead and slam Mortician Beetle Nested Shambler. And then I have 2 3/3s. Oh, wow. Wasting no time and getting on the board here. Find an Iron Apprentice. Okay. If we find Whisper of the Dross, we're going to be laughing. So let's play Nested Shambler. We got a Reader. I did end up picking up the nice old borders on the cards that I could. And, you know, fancy Vault of Whispers. I do really like the deck. I think it's pretty cool. So they could have Muta here. Looks like they don't. Question is, do I want to play into Snap? If I pump the Feeder, I mean, I also get to pump the Beetle. It's not the worst. But I do kind of lose a bit of value on the Infiltrator. We'll let it go at 1 damage this turn. Try and get that value on the Infiltrator next turn, if possible. Yeah, Snap is really hard to deal with in this matchup. It's basically a removal spell. Oh wow, only 1 coming in, leaving the others back as blockers. There's got to be a ninja coming down, right? Yeah, here's Deep Dish. Okay, but once again, they don't have any counter magic up, so we're going to be able to slam this Gixian Infiltrator. It's respecting my creatures. Usually I get no respect. 2 top. Oh no. Another beetle. So we could go like beetle iron apprentice here. And then we have a nice blocker for the deep dish. And then next turn we could go infiltrator apprentice. We're gonna go to combat before we Bajuka Bog. I don't really think it's going to make a difference, but that's the way we're going to do it. No blocks. Left all these creatures back and no blocks. Now we could do something kind of fun here. We could sacrifice the Iron Apprentice, put the counter on the Nested Shambler, and then we get 2 squirrels. But I suppose since it was the same amount of damage, would have been worthwhile to wait till we could get this Infiltrator down. There's Of One Mind. Draw 2 cards. Now let's see if these snaps start. I think at this point, if they start snapping, I probably want to sacrifice whatever they target so that they don't get to untap. Like maybe they were relying on that 2 extra mana and putting the 1/1 Mortician Beetle back in my hand isn't, like all that great for me considering I've already got all my mana spoken for next turn. Does mean that I don't have a block here for the deep dish though. So maybe that's where I was getting a little bit too cute with the Iron Apprentice sacrifice into Nested Shambler. Another Of One Mind, leaving them tapped out. And 3 blockers. 5 cards in hand. Okay, here's another Karen Feeder. I don't need that at the moment. Let's play this Iron Apprentice and Gixian Infiltrator. And then just attack in for some damage. We've got quite a bit of damage here. No blocks, this might be lethal. Yeah, they blocks. Adelar Cubs, hello. Doing all right? How you doing? All right, take down a few fairies. And we're tapped out, can't do anything else. We do have blockers, though, for the deep dish. Another snap. No, Smoke Shroud. Give their creature flying. Okay, nothing I can do about that. They're going to be able to continue to swing in for damage and draw cards. No kidding, you're going to be moving to Canada. Okay, very cool. What part of the country are you going to be moving to? I mean, my move was stressful, but I'm settled now and happy that it's over. Toronto. Okay, okay. Capital of Ontario. I've been to Toronto many times for Magic tournaments in the past. A lot going on in that city. Definitely check out face to face games for all your Magic needs. Okay, so let's see here. We have the mana to play our stuff. They have the mana to counter our stuff. Spellstutter Sprite counters either one of these, and I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter. I guess if they counter the Mold Folk, we get the Karen Feeder anyway. But then they also get another blocker, so I think it's probably better to just attack first. Yeah, yeah, exactly. No reason to hold anything back at this point. Nothing blocks the deep dish since they put it in the smoker. All right, how much damage is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sacrifice this. 10. Sacrifice this 11. But they have potential snap up here. So risky to go for big sacrifices when we could just get snapped up and lose. Let's keep it wide here. I just started again out of Lark Hubs today. Start at 2 p.m. Atlantic time, which was about 1 hour and 45 minutes ago. There's the spell stutter sprite. I should have gone the other way because the mold folk. Oh no, it's counterspell. Okay, it doesn't matter then. I was just thinking like the mold folk could block something. Karen Feeder can block nothing. Yeah, Toronto also has a very good transit system. So if you need to get anywhere in the metro, you can get there with the subway, the buses, the streetcars. It's pretty nice. All right, so we're only a little bit slower than the opponent for game one here in this match. But I think that has more to do with the opponent than me speeding up. That'll just be something that I think will come naturally as I continue to play the game. Um, I mean, like in the time where I haven't been streaming, I have barely been playing the game at all. I've played maybe 10 matches in tournament practice, and that's about it. No leagues, no challenges. Okay, there's the snap. Do we want to? We're empty handed at this point. I think we're better off allowing this to go back to our hand. Very rarely. I played in some of the ones where you would use like your accumulated points to get in, but usually on the weekends, which is when the challenges are, I'm going to visit my parents. All right, they don't have any fairies, but Spellstarter Sprite does counter Mortician Beetle. We're just going to attack here and see what happens. What happens is we win the game. Fantastic. And we're ahead on clock. Let's go. Okay. So that's actually a really big deal. Managing to win game one against Blue Fairies. So we're very happy about that. We're going to bring in Crypt Rats and Suffocating Fumes. Now I'm going to want to cut down on some of my big creatures here. But we can't go too far because that's what the deck is about, are these things. I understand that, Kenny. For a long time, my parents were living in Ontario, which meant that they were a 14-hour drive away, or I had to take a plane. So I didn't see them very much. But about a year ago, a little bit more than that now, they moved to Nova Scotia, where I am. So now I get to see them quite a bit more, at least 2 times a month, if not three. So I'm very happy about that. I would kind of like to bring in some unexpected fangs for the crypt rats, but I think that might be too cute. It's an amazing combo. I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things about crypt rats is putting unexpected fangs on it. But where the opponent has snap already, I think it's too much investment. We're just going to lose the unexpected fangs. I think we're probably better off playing the deck like this. Question is, do I take out a Mold Folk to bring in the 4th Karen Feeder? Lifelink is kind of nice, but also Mold Folk is so much worse against Snap. We could take out the Mold Folk, take out both Mold Folk, bring in Karen Feeder Beetle. But we're on the draw. I mean, they are an aggro deck, so a little bit of lifelink could be important. We're going to take it out. One land hand. Gonna have to mulligan. Too bad, because it's a pretty good one. Ouch. Mulligan into oblivion. Another one land hand. Brutal. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly lifelink. Never relevant until it is, and then it's super relevant. I really thought we were going to be playing against some red decks. Hey, thank you, thank you. Yeah, definitely glad to be back. Big time, big time, big time. I mean, that fairy's not going to be sticking around. That's going to be a 2/2 in a minute. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was part of what the break was about. Moved to Mahone Bay for a job. So now I'm here. Oh yeah, so much Redbeard. I wonder, is the trim the beard still up? Oh, it's not even up right now. I'll have to put that back up tomorrow. Maybe I could do it in between the next match. I have a point incentive on Twitch for a huge amount of points. I think it's like 75,000. You actually get to choose how I shave my beard. You want to give me mutton chops? You want me to have a goatee? Whatever. It's all cool. As long as you don't try and give me some sort of Hitler mustache. That don't fly. Might as well attack. That creature is getting sacrificed, so whether I do it in combat or do it right now. I really want to kill that ninja. Well, we'll see what everybody says when the points go on the board. Need the mana. I'm not sure where the Viking hat is right now. I think I know where it is. I think I could find it if someone had the points. Regardless, I do know exactly where the Indiana Jones hat is. Let's go for that block. Nested Shambler. Get in front of that ninja. They're going to ninjutsu to bring another hacker onto the board. And they're going to gut shot the Nested Shambler to save their other ninja. So they get to draw a card with the hacker since that just got ninjutsu'd into play. And now what are they playing? I figured they were just going to slam down that fairy again, but it looked like they clicked on something that cost more than one. There it is. Okay, Fairy Seer. How will they scry? Two to the top. That is terrifying. They do miss their land drop, though. Karen Feeder doesn't block anything. I could hold up my two creatures as blockers and then Deadly Dispute. That doesn't feel very good either. What a terrible situation. Guess I could go Karen Feeder and then I can like sacrifice to grow the beetle or something. Yeah, we're in a tough spot here, friends. But, you know, a couple cards we could draw into Swamp into Fumes, and maybe we're right back into it, huh? All right, so they're coming all in. Let's try and kill those ninjas. They're too good. Brine Barrow Intruder. It's going to probably shrink the Mortician Beetle here. Yeah. So we can just sacrifice that, grow the Karen Feeder. Let's see if that squirrel can kill a ninja. Damn, that's one talented squirrel. Killed a ninja. Find a Blightbelly Rat. Let's play that. And Karen Feeder can't block, so let's attack. they double block here, I'll sacrifice the Blightbelly Rat, make my feeder a 4/4. Expecting them to play a land here. Yep. And of one mind. So at least we both had a bit of land woes, but they got their second land on turn 2, so. Now, fortunately, Blightbelly Rat, it's when it dies, it proliferates. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They're just immediately going to snap it. Oh, we got to sacrifice it. We have to. Because otherwise they could ninjutsu. So yeah, we're gonna stop them from using that mana. And we'll have a 4/4. They're gonna have to draw a discard. Oh no, it's a May. So they don't have to. They get to. Yeah, yeah, Squirrel's a badass. You gotta watch out. Okay. Another non-land. Brutal. Swinging for 4. Life totals are still pretty close here. Another snap. Well, I'm going to sacrifice it. Same as last time. I mean, like, they seem to be a little bit stuck on lands as well. So they don't get to untap their lands. And we're super stuck on land, so it's not like we're going to be in a position to be replaying the Blightbelly Rat right away. Oh, really? It's been a long time since I read Dune. I don't quite get the reference, but I also haven't seen the movies or the most recent movie. Way back when, I remember they had a straight to TV series. It was like 6 hours long. They did an okay job of it. Definitely gonna have to check out the new movie when the second part comes out. Does anyone know, is Dune going to be like a trilogy, or is it, just like 1 and 2? Gixian Infiltrator. All right. I guess attack, play Infiltrator, and pass. Spell Starter Sprite says we lose. Oh, we don't lose the Spell Starter Sprite anymore. Unless they have a ninja to back it up. So that's 4 or 5 damage. So they could have ninja, they could have mutagenic. A lot of ways for them to win the game here. They're all in. Let's see if they have it. Looks like they have it. Yep, there's deep dish. Let's concede. And hope that our deck treats us a little bit better next time. I don't think they would have much of a sideboard for us. They brought in Gut Shot, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Gut Shot. Oh, there's a hydroblast in the corner here you can't see. Oh, no, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, we wouldn't have even been able to use them, even if we found them. Didn't have the mana to cast the Crypt Rats or the Suffocating Fumes. All right, let's see if we can have a 2-land hand here. How about a 3-land hand? How about that? Acceptable. Hey Jay, what's up? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? So, talk about cute emotes. Someone gifted me a sub to Limalicious, and they have these adorable ferret emotes. Check this out. Top tier. I'm gonna have to get somebody to help me out because like just a comparison from those ferret emotes to these ferret emotes. I think we can tell which ones are cuter. No contest. So if they have the 1/2 with flash, then they can kill my Mortician Beetle unless I Village Rites the Nested Shambler, but then I still don't get to kill their creature. Maybe I play the Nested Shambler and no attacks, so I don't lose my Beetle and I get to hold up Village Rites on the Shambler. It's a trap. Aha, see? I knew it. So the question is, do I Village Rites the Nested Shambler right now? And then I don't have to worry about Spellstutter Sprite countering my Village Rites when I try and block the Brine Barrow Intruder. Nice. And now we have a good block. They still come in though. Wow, they still come in. They probably have Muta. I got a block though, because otherwise they ninja. Sure, sure. Brine Barrow's fine. That's not a problem. I was worried about Muta. This deck still plays Muta, right? Mutagenic growth? Good draw. Oh, that's right. No, that's right. Opponent is playing Smoke Shrouds. They probably don't have Muta. That's probably what they took out for it. All right, so we have Whisper the Dross, which is not so great right now. It kills Miscreant, which is fine. But it doesn't really proliferate. We just don't have a lot of options right now. I'm going to play the Blightbelly Rat and attack with the Beetle. I guess we could attack with the squirrel as well. And then Whisper of the Dross is pretty good. Yeah, Muta seems really important, but I haven't seen it out of them. They might maybe just didn't draw it, but maybe this particular pilot decided to take it out. Just thinking if I want to attack with a squirrel. Because if they block the squirrel with the intruder, then I got to use the Whisper of the Dross on the intruder. And then I don't get to kill the fairy. And I want to kill the fairy. Maybe I don't attack at all. Let's attack with Mortician Beetle, and that's it. All right, now we're behind on time, but still have plenty of time to finish this game and match. All right, so they're just attacking with Fairy Miscreant. So still in the declare attacker step, that's important here. We're going to use Whisper of the Dross. Because if we used Whisper of the Dross in the declare blockers phase, they would be able to ninjutsu the fairy out of combat and fizzle my spell. So now they're looking at Spell Starter Sprite or Counterspell. They're going to be their better options. And then maybe they can still put in a hacker. Get them. Let's go. Proliferate. Amazing. All right, let's put down an Infiltrator. Spell Setter Sprite will not counter this. And then attack in with Beetle and Rat. Got 2 blockers this way, and we're doing damage. And maybe we can even get a poison counter on him. Start proliferating the poison counters. Let's go. Okay, so they're going to snap the Mortician Beetle. I think I let them do this. We can pump the Beetle up again later. We've got quite a bit of mana. We've got Blightbelly Rat. The Beetle was only a 3/3, and I'm not sure how much they're going to be able to utilize this mana. Not at all. So definitely a good choice there, letting them bounce the Beetle. But remember that if you play this deck, it is an option. You are able to sacrifice the targets of Snap and fizzle the spell, which means they will not untap. Here's a Smoke Shroud on the Intruder. Wow. I guess this is still pretty good because it's going to allow them to put the Smoke Shroud onto the Ninja anyways, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, not too much we can do here. We're just going to have to let them have their way with us. I guess I could block here and then use Deadly Dispute to sacrifice the squirrel and kill their intruder. Hey, Mistaken with the raid. Thank you very much. Hopefully your stream went well. Hello, everybody from Mistaken's channel. I am Cooper the Red, and we're playing some Pauper Magic. This is Black Sack Proliferate. just thinking if I want to try to draw into because I could go Deadly Dispute and then try to draw into Dross, Whisper of the Dross. I want to do this anyways to kill their Brine Barrow Intruder. And if we do this while the Smoke Shroud triggers on the stack, if we find the Whisper, which we don't, but if we had found the Whisper, we could kill their Ninja right now. So Mistaken, what were you playing? Oh, one card away. Are you kidding me? One card away. We were so close to the perfect. Ah, that would have been so cool. All right, let's see if we can do this properly this time. I think I'm going to want to use the Whisper of the Dross now. So I'm going to Village Rites, sacrifice the Blightbelly Rat, pump everything a huge amount, and then kill their Miscreant, pump my stuff again. Okay, so the Blightbelly Rat goes onto the stack first. That's the one that goes first. Very important. Let's not screw that up this time. Oh, and give the opponent another poison counter. Let's go. All right, I'm going to leave up Village Rites here instead of playing the Gixian Infiltrator. Spellstutter Sprite, sure. Of one mind. They've run out of resources. Oh, no, there's a land. So if they have Snap, they got 2 cards in hand. They have Snap. We probably still let it go, right? No, we... All right, well, regardless, nothing we can do about this. We're going to take 3 damage, and opponent's going to draw and discard. Oh, looks like they choose not to discard. They just hold the cards in hand. All right. Well, I mean, my board is pretty good, so go to combat, attack. They do have another snap. All right. Village Rites. This is lethal damage, so you are going to have to block with your Spellstutter Sprite. And then I'm going to play 2 cards, and starting to look like curtains. Ooh, wow, they don't even attack here. But they still don't concede with their 2 cards in hand. We've got 2 cards in hand, too. Let's attack in with everything. One other card is a Brine Barrow Intruder. It's going to shrink the rat to a non-threat. And then they have another Brine Barrow Intruder. So they can shrink the, they're going to shrink the Infiltrator. Now we can pump the Infiltrator here, so we can make it into a 1/2 because we have the treasure token. So they block those two. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just put the Hacker in front of the Infiltrator, but I mean, they do have things to be scared of. Sacrifice a treasure, do 1 damage. And I'm going to leave these lands in hand to bluff having some action. But that should be game. Out of nowhere, they give the creature +11/+11. Discards Island and plays a Fairy Seer, and that's going to be game. Another game where we finish in the red. Okay. All right, so we're on the play, but we have a 1-land hand here. We do have Village Rites plus Shambling Ghast. If there was a 1-land hand that I would keep, this one's pretty damn close to it. Like, we have everything in this hand. It's really risky, but we have the Village Rites and the Shambling Ghast. I'm going to gamble on it. Oh, that reminds me, I got to start gambling in between the games, in between the matches. I have a thing for that now. Hey, Blind. Oh, I'm glad to see you. Fantastic. Super happy to be back to streaming, bud. Nice planes, though. Shit, we don't grab the land. I know. I expected to see red all day, but no red at all. Oh, thank you. I'm going to be putting the shave option up pretty soon, probably tomorrow. So we'll see how long it lasts. Get ourselves a treasure. Come on, find a land, find a land. Oh, the gamble does not pay off. Brutal. And just like that, there go my chances. It's all right. There's still a game 2 and 3. And I knew that this could potentially happen. This is what I signed up for, so I deserve this. Opponent is playing a slow deck, so maybe we'll have time to find our next land, or maybe it'll never show up. Kuyara, hello. Hey, all the old names from chat are showing back up. Love to see it. Ah, doing well, doing well. Everything's fine. Brutal. This game is not going very well, though. I'll tell you what. Oh, love the new place. New job is ticking along. Figured out what I'm supposed to do, so yep, going great. It's all good. It's all good, man. Turn 4, we still haven't found another land. We did kind of tilt our hand with a Mortician Beetle. They know what we're playing. I know what they're playing, but I would like a little bit more information. We'll show them the Nested Shambler and see what they show us. Maybe I should have just hit Village Rights on the Shambler there, and then we could have potentially hit a land drop. Glad to be back. Dawnbringer Cleric. Gain 2 life. Oh no, they're going to actually exile a card from my graveyard. Yeah, that's fine. I don't actually have anything to do with the cards in my graveyard. Opponent doesn't know, but that was basically a wasted trigger. All right. Done with this game. Turn 5, no second land. All right, so let's take a look at their deck. Their land base is going to be different, but the spell base is probably exactly like this, or very close. Minimize the cards a little bit so I can get the sideboard on the screen too. So they have Prismatic Strands. Lone Missionary so-so. They got more Suffocating Fumes, which is a bit of a pain. Relic, not really. Chainers, kind of meh. We could bring in Crypt Rats. I don't think it's going to be very good, though. I think we just want to go aggressive. Be aggressive. HNDK, hello. Yeah, everything's cool, dude. Super happy to be back to streaming. Yeah, they might bring relics. I didn't want to show them too much, just in case they think that the graveyard's important. Whisper of the Dross is fine. I think everything is fine here. Like, maybe we could throw the Unexpected Fangs away for something. You know, like Suffocating Fumes wouldn't be too bad. I think they've got Spirited Companion and Inspiring Overseer that would hit. We could just bring it in as a one of. Or we could just leave the Unexpected Fangs in. Do they have any kind of graveyard interaction? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason. I mean, they have maybe some copies of Prismatic Strands. Probably some copies of Prismatic Strands. We have Bajuka Bog. I think I'm just going to go, like, no change. I hope so, too. It is going to be at this kind of time of day from now on. So no more early morning streams. This is going to be the new normal. All right. Well, there's always YouTube as well, Akuyara. Happy to see you again. That what? That's a card. That's a magic card. Shit. Hope they're not playing that. Another one land hand. Let's not keep this. Okay. Okay. I see how it is. There we go. Keepable. Get rid of an infiltrator and an apprentice. Then we've got one of everything. A thing to sacrifice, a thing that grows when we sacrifice, and a thing that makes the sacrifice happen. Is Honorable Scout a new card? Because that is something that I think I have never seen in Pauper before. Oh, there's the fangs. It's old treasure. Huh. Wild. From Plane Shift. Wow. Have people started to play it against Koldotha? Okay, there you go. I've been out of the loop, so I had not seen that. Right, let's play the Infiltrator here, pass the turn. Okay, Spirited Companion, pass the turn. We could have some fun with Unexpected Fangs here. We could attack all. If they block Unexpected Fangs, save the creature. Honestly, I think it's the best thing we can do. Maybe we can get that Mold Folk out next turn, depending on what we draw. Maybe we want to slam the Shambling Ghast. Cycle the Suffocating Fumes, let's go. Iron, oh wow, and they concede. Iron Apprentice is almost exactly like Arcbound Worker, except we can put the counters on non-artifacts. The card is so good. Move over, Arcbound Worker. There's a new construct in town. And that was on a mulligan. Mulligan to what, 5 there? I think we have the speed. Just need to get the cards. And we need to play around Suffocating Fumes. Like, as long as we have the right cards, we can play around it no problem. Okay, okay. This is fine. Keep this. Actually keeping a 7 with lands here. And another land off the top. Okay, deck. That is officially enough lands. So yeah, we are going to have to be careful about Suffocating Fumes here, because if we play the Mold Folk this turn, they could Suffocating Fumes kill both of our creatures. Not too sure about Mirror Scrappling. Could you put the card in the chat so I can read what it does? I have also been out of the Pauper loop for some time. Hey, TMO6 Life. Good to see ya. Sacrifice the mirror, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Oh, that is interesting. Very interesting. Well, I think if it were usable, this would be the deck for it, but hard to find space. Honestly, the deck is very tight. So yeah, we actually cannot play Mold Folk right now, because they could just untap Suffocating Fumes, wipe our board. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I want to be playing fast, but they've slowed us down. Once we get another mana on the board, though, this other swamp lets us play Moldfolk. Make them have it and just give them a 2-for-1 for free? No thanks. Next turn, the Moldfolk will be beyond Suffocating Fumes. And I can maybe Village Rites this Shambling Ghast to kill their Spirited Companion, draw 2 cards. Oh, wow. Absolutely going to do exactly that now. Yeah, how's that Ephemerate, bud? Hey, Deck, remember when I was saying I don't need any more lands? Deck wasn't listening. Pauper! You're back with the sub! Woohoo! Thank you for the support, Blaubear. Thank you. Thank you for coming back, my friend. It's been a long time. I'm back. That's right. It was me all along. Oh, painful. That's magic for you. Welcome back to Magic. All right, let's see if we can kill their Thraben Inspector. Oh, I heard you didn't have enough lands last game. How would you like 8 lands this game in the first 13 cards? Life has been good. Been getting settled. How has life been treating you? Okay, that's something we can use Whisper of the Dross on. Have they already played their land this turn? They have not. So let's get rid of this Inspiring Overseer with this trigger on the stack. Before I do that, though, I need to sacrifice this Vault of Whispers to the Mold Folk. Amazing holiday and got a new job. Congratulations. I love hearing that. It's fantastic news. All right, so I wanted to do that before they drew the card so they wouldn't be able to uh, play a Plains and then Ephemerate in response to my stuff. Okay, here's a non-land that we just drew. Fantastic. And we have the Village Rites ready to go in case they have some form of removal. However, I would say that we are in trouble. The opponent is still at 19 life. They have 6 cards in hand now. And yeah, this is where they're really going to be able to start imposing their will. All right, now what are you going to do with that? Okay, they're still exiling cards from the graveyard. Good. Nested Shambler, that's a good one. Do I want to... I think I want to sacrifice that right now. Draw some cards. Find Deadly Dispute and Unexpected Fangs. Swing in. Okay, they're going to take the 3. It is just 3. Pass back to them. 5 cards in their hand. They also have a clue. 5 mana. Here's Goliath Paladin. Now what are we going to do? Gives them the initiative. We're going to have a hard time getting through that. We can make our mold folk pretty large, though. I think we need to Deadly Dispute first. Try and draw into something. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Infiltrator. Infiltrator. Karen Feeder, let's go. I guess they can double block here, so this is just a bad attack. Well, I could get rid of 2 things, probably. How big can I make this, actually? Guess it's just not worth it. Yeah, that's true. Paladin does have vigilance. Yeah, we're just too slow. I'm going to put this one down to variance, though. I mean, bad keep in game 1, and then game 3, we flooded out. Oh, because I'm dumb. All right, let's see how big we can make these things. Maybe if I hadn't made that terrible, terrible attack, we might still have somewhere to go here. Probably not, though. It's a trap. And that's that. Womp womp. Kind of disappointed in myself on that one. I think I started to tilt at the end. Um. Anyways, couple things came down to a couple things there. Bad keep game one, and then we flooded out game three, and started to tilt and made a bad attack. One land hand though, not a fan. I think we're gonna mulligan this. Don't even have any draw spells. Yeah, definitely mulligan this. One land hand. We got a 2-land hand now, looking pretty good. Got Karen Feeder, Nested Shambler, and Village Rites. We'll keep this. I wish I knew what they were playing. I'm going to probably get rid of Unexpected Fangs here. We're going to end up playing against the one red deck. We've got 2 draw spells. Maybe I just get rid of the Deadly Dispute, and then we keep the Unexpected Fangs in case they play Mountain. Unexpected Fangs seems pretty good with Nested Shambler as well. All right, is this going to be our one matchup against Basic Mountain, or is this going to be a no mountain stream? Frostforged Bridge, probably Affinity. Could be Madness. Yeah, I think I heard something similar about that. I'm not too sure why, though. Why would anyone think that deck would be good? If this is Affinity, we gotta go fast. That's the trick against Affinity. Gotta go fast. We also have to watch out for Krark Clan Shaman. Krark Clan is a real pain. Because Krark Clan can do more than one. I still can't believe that Monastery Swiftspear not only got downgraded, but is still legal. Okay, so 100% we're playing against Affinity. Clark. Oh, wow. I can't even do it once. Krark Clan Shaman, Krark Clan Shaman, Krark Clan Shaman, Krark Clan Shaman, Krark Clan Shaman. Not bad. Stumbled once or twice. So I could Village Rites the Nested Shambler, try and get some gas. It does open up the Karen Feeder to... Oh, I should have thought of that. It opens up the Karen Feeder to Galth Blast. It's been too long since I've been playing this game. Gotta get my head back into it. Oh, good draw, though. Holy shit. Yeah, could you imagine Witch's Oven and Pauper? We already have the cat. Now, they've been pausing quite a bit here. Like, did they have the Galith Blast and they've just been waiting because they don't have 3 artifacts? No, we don't have any way to deal with Kenku lands. We just try and attack through them, go wide, go big. I mean, we do have some number of -1/-1s, but they're just until end of turns, not tokens, so we're not able to proliferate them. This Unexpected Fangs is definitely not the card I want here. I would much rather have that Deadly Dispute, but I was just figuring we haven't played against Mono Red the entire league. It had to turn up, but Apparently not. Zero mono red matches with this deck. Most people would be very happy about that. I mean, honestly, I don't mind. Mono red is terrifying. All right, so they are passing back. Going to be able to play this Gixian Infiltrator. Hey, Lesnar, thanks for joining us. It has been a long time. Maybe like 6 months? Can you believe it? Okay, so they are going to go in on this Galv Blast now that I've put an Infiltrator on the stack. So they're going to try and kill the Karen Feeder. They got 4 damage coming in. So we can grow it 1, 2, Unexpected Fangs 3, and then we would have to sacrifice the Beetle to get it to a 5/5. I don't think that's worth it. I think we just sacrifice it to itself. Because we have to sacrifice our entire board to keep it. Yeah, it's a tough choice. Maybe keeping the sack outlet is a lot better because then we're way better against Krark Clan Shaman, but way worse against some of their big hitters. I'm gonna keep the Unexpected Fangs to try to maybe save the Mortician Beetle from a Krark Clan Shaman. Hey, thanks, Kenny. I do think that Affinity is one of the decks that does have a little bit of variability, pilot to pilot. You see people like just changing little things here and there all the time in this deck. There are so many options, so many good cards. It's going to be up to pilot preference on the kind of decisions that you make. There's a Mirror Enforcer, which we just can't deal with right now. Need like a Whisper of the Dross, or we need something. Maybe a Deadly Dispute. Get another Karen Feeder off the top. Great draw. Now we can attack again. Do we attack with? I think we attack with everything. Because I can shrink this to a 3/3, and then I can grow anything to be out of range. Plus, I have the fangs. Yeah, that's a good question, Jay. I would have figured, like I've seen Affinity decks play Island before because of this card. Oh yeah, I guess the treasure grow the infiltrator is just better. For initiative, okay, yeah. That makes way more sense. Thank you. No Gal Blast. So, chat, how do you feel about initiative still being in the format? We've only got two cards that do it. How do you all feel about those two cards? I mean, I guess I sacrifice Karen Feeder here, right? Grow the rest of my guys. Grow my squad. And do you think Monarch should go as well? I mean, like, I'm of the opinion, first off, first thing that needs to be done, Swift Spear has to go. That has got to be the first thing. I think that anything else is secondary, but that's not really the question, and that's not fair. It's not the question I asked. Personally, I think I really like the initiative, but it did kind of make some did kind of go crazy for a little while. Oh shit! So they can just sacrifice their board. One, two, three, four, five. They can sacrifice their board. They still don't have enough artifacts to kill the infiltrator. Oh man, could you imagine him Turak? Yes, please. Whisper of the Dross. I can make them sacrifice the Kark Clan Shaman now, wipe their board, and I still get to keep the Infiltrator attacking for 8. Or I could attack in, they block the Infiltrator, they sack their board, and then I Whisper of the Dross and grow the beetle so it lives. And then I get to keep both my creatures and they lose their whole board. And I want to do this late because I want them to sacrifice everything. Okay, so they didn't bother sacrificing everything. They only sacrificed one thing, so we get to keep both of our creatures, and both are lethal. Sure, Spellbomb is totally fine. Gonna draw some cards. Yep, that's fine too. They gain 1 life, up to 5. Still have 2 lethal threats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. So they're not going to be able to play double 4/4 here. And a deadly dispute. Game over. Don't think I want very much from the sideboard against Affinity. Could potentially bring in some number of Duress to try and get rid of some of their draw spells, but I think we just want to go fast. I don't think I make any changes, honestly. I don't think anything here is better than Whisper of the Dross. They might have Arms of Adar. Fair. Has been a while since I've looked at Affinity. Let's see what my most recent Affinity deck looks like. That's got to be super out of date. This is a deck from like 6 months ago. Do they still play Makeshift Munitions? This card is so good against us. Oh, that is not a good hand. Bad hand, keep. Opponents on the mulligan. Be nice if I could hold on to this Bajuka Bog, but unless I draw land right now, I'm going to have to play it turn 1. Oh, we get Iron Apprentice. All right, let's pray we get a land off the top. This is the only tap land in the deck. Oh, that's true. That's true. We always forget the torch, but some people do actually play it. I have seen that. No land, but we do get a 1-drop. Next best thing. Kind of sucks we got to play this Bajuka Bog when they have a Blood Fountain and no cards in their graveyard. But we do what we must. Also, just a small thing. I should have played the Shambling Gas, then the Bajuka Bog, so I could F6 with a Bajuka Bog trigger on the stack. That would have just been a little bit faster, so I would have used less time on my clock. Bazooka Bog. Wow. Just slam a Gear Seeker Serpent turn 3. Okay, we do find a land, but we have all 2 drops, so untap land doesn't help us now. Would have been real nice last turn. If the Shambling Gas and the land had been switched, that would have been pretty nice. Guess we play Mold Folk. Because now we can use that 1 mana to sacrifice something that blocks the Gear Seeker Serpent, and then grow the Mold Folk, and then our Blightbelly Rats are looking better, especially if we can keep the Iron Apprentice on the board. So maybe I could like block with Ghast, sacrifice it, make a treasure, make this a 2/2, then Blightbelly Rat, and Deadly Dispute that. Opponent's way ahead of us on the Deadly Dispute and the giant creatures. Definitely, definitely behind here. Let's see if we can catch up with some Blightbelly Rats. See how good this Proliferate really is. Just checking to make sure Iron Apprentice says a creature I control. And here's the combat, which we expected. So block. And sacrifice. Make a treasure. Find another Blightbelly Rat. That's all four. All right, I think we got to play slow here. If I attack, how big could I make the Mold Folk? I think I can make it a 5/5. Two counters from the Blightbelly. Oh, I can make it even bigger than that with the Iron Apprentice, but I want to keep the Iron Apprentice because we have more Blightbelly Rats. Can we hold on? Just a little bit longer, and our creatures can get Swall. All right, we're going to have to take 4 here. But maybe we can get a combat step in with the Mold Folk after this. Nice. Oh, I didn't even realize the lifelink counters. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I had counters on it. Put those counters. Nice. Thanks. Thanks, Jay. Oh, wow. When we draw Mortician Beetle, holy shit. Okay, let's go. Do we even attack now? I think we attack maybe with just Mold Folk and then leave Iron Apprentice and Blightbelly Rat back as blockers. Because we can start pumping stuff up pretty big. I'd like to gain a little life here. Shit. Makeshift munitions. That card is a bitch. Um, Stupid makeshift munitions. So they're gonna kill the Karen feeder here. So we're gonna when they put the second damage on the Karen feeder, we'll sacrifice it to the mold folk. We could sacrifice it to itself, and then we still have the treasure to sacrifice something to the mold folk if they try to kill something else, because they still have 3 mana, so they could try and kill something in response to the growth on the beetle. So maybe we just sacrifice it to itself and grow the beetle to a 4/4. I don't think we're out of this yet. No, we wouldn't be making the mana with the treasure and sacrificing it to the mold folk. We would be making a mana with the treasure and sacrificing something else. Like if they decide that now that I'm about to make the Mortician Beetle a 4/4, and they decide they want to use 3 mana and a bunch of resources to kill the Mortician Beetle with this trigger on the stack, then I'll use the treasure token to sacrifice the beetle to the mold folk. Or I could sacrifice the Iron Apprentice and pump the beetle, which would maybe be even better. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true too. That's true too. I could also use the treasure to sacrifice the Vaulted Whispers. All right, what kind of attack are you making? No attack. Like sacrificing the Iron Apprentice? Yeah, we've still got that on tap. So they have 2 mana available. They block with the Gear Seeker. Then they could do 7 damage to the Mold Folk. With the Proliferate, we would have 4, 5, 6, and then sacrifice the Iron Apprentice up to 10. So I think we can attack safely with a Mold Folk. Unless, I guess they could double block. And then they could kill the Mold Folk, but we would get to kill both their things, but then they would have the Blood Fountain. Hmm. Oh man, this is so tough. So it's going up to 6. I'm very seriously considering an all attack here. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely an option to just sit and wait. Our stuff grows a lot very quickly. Also, like their affinity, they're already chugging along. They have so many artifacts in play. If we give them too much time, they draw 100 cards. Very tough choice here. I mean, they gotta sacrifice their whole board to a Kark Clan Shaman, and then we make it 10/10. Yeah, Mold Folk could be a 10/10 if we want it to be. And I think we still get to keep our Mortician Beetle in that world. Maybe even 11-11, because yeah, I get to proliferate on the Iron Apprentice as well. Blaubear, good night. Thank you very much for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the stream. All right, so I could block the Blight Belly on the Serpent, put the Mold Folk in front of the Enforcer, force them to use a bunch of resources. They still have the Blood Fountains. I wouldn't want to take the full hit. I could take the Mirror Enforcer. Yeah, that's true. That's true. If they use the Blood Fountain, then they don't get to makeshift munitions. I'm just wondering if I want to go Village Rites here or grow the Mold Folk up to a 6. Let's draw cards. And definitely lost my time advantage. Oh, here's a counter spell. Still get to proliferate though. Okay, so now they're going to Galv Blast the Mortician Beetle before I get to proliferate. So if I want to save the Mortician Beetle, I have to sacrifice the Iron Apprentice. I could sacrifice the Iron Apprentice, make the Beetle a 5/5, put the Iron Apprentice counters onto the Mold Folk, so I just have a huge lifelink creature they can't deal with. I mean, the treasure and the artifact land don't grow the Beetle. So at that point, I might as well just sacrifice the Beetle. Okay, so we get the counter on the Beetle, 5/5. Put a bunch of counters onto the Mold Folk. Make it into 8/8. I'll sack the Beetle if I have to. Because they can kill the Beetle right now. And I don't have enough damage to kill them on the crackback. If they kill the Beetle. So they have to sacrifice like a Blood Fountain or a Treasure Token here to kill the Beetle. And then we sacrifice the Beetle and put a counter on the Mold Folk. Yeah, they should. They should have sacrificed the Mirror Enforcer. Actually, you're totally right. I think we can just F6 here. Gain 10 life. This is a very new type of black sack. Yeah, we got some draws. Oh, good point. Good point. We're gonna have to get this Blight Belly Rat down. Attack for 10. A Mortician Beetle too. Thank you. Give them some more things to target with makeshift munitions. Attack for 10. Lifelink. Told you, if we had enough time, our creatures get real big. Thing is, like, we don't have a lot of time left on our clocks. Fortunately, I am up on time for now. But I also can't F6. Kenku Artificer. Okay, that gets them an infinite blocker. But every time they block, I'm gaining 10 life. So they'll deck out before they can kill me that way, as long as I can keep my Mold Folk. I guess they could double block. And then maybe try and do some makeshift munition stuff. Like I don't need to block here. Get an Iron Apprentice, very nice. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be fine. Oh yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can time them out. That's pretty funny. They sacrifice a creature to kill my beetle, but my beetle grows before they can kill it. It does also mean that I don't gain life though. And now they're going to makeshift munitions again, sacrificing something. So I'm going to respond to that and sacrifice the Blight Belly Rat and try to make some things happen here. Make them sacrifice more stuff with their makeshift munitions in order to kill my beetle. What are they going to lose here? Lose another one of their lands. Wow. And they're tapped out. So I could sacrifice the Iron Apprentice and just save the beetle. Cool. If you play this in paper, how do you keep track of all the triggers? Yeah, good question. I haven't played paper in a long time, but one of the things that I was considering when I was looking at Yawgmoth was making these little cards of kind of like a dry erase board, so I could like have a little card. I could write whatever the trigger is, put that on the stack, so that many things could be on the stack at the same time, and remember what we're doing and where we are. Another Iron Apprentice, love to see it. So how big could I make the Mortician Beetle? If I sacrifice the Apprentice, it could go up to an 8/8. They could still kill it with a double block of Gear Seeker and Mirror Enforcer. If they block with everything, that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, my Mold Folk could survive a block from everything. So we're just going to go ahead and attack with a Mold Folk, try and gain some life, and just try and keep a head on clock here. Okay, and Makeshift Munitions is going for the Iron Apprentice, which we will sacrifice in response, and pump up the Beetle. 14/14 lifelink and a 9/9. If only we had Trample. Okay, there's the Kenku Artificer again, making another indestructible blocker. So they do have blocks forever. 6, 6 plus 5, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we could sacrifice the Vault of Whispers and keep our creature alive. They could get rid of these. I think we're still fine to attack with the Mold Folk. Not in the best place, but Affinity is a really, really good deck, so I can't be underestimating them. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Irocam. If this goes south, we should still be able to win on time. Makeshift Munitions is a bitch. Make this an 11. I guess they could still block with everything on... They can't block with everything on Beetle. They gotta block something on Mold Folk. So I should be able to double attack here. Because I can sacrifice the Karen Feeder to the Mold Folk. And if they're sacrificing the Mirror and Fear Enforcer to the Makeshift Munitions, then that should be fine. Like right now, this block is great for me. And then they sacrifice the Mirror Enforcer, deal 1 damage to the Mortician Beetle, but the Mortician Beetle grows. So that's still doing 9 damage, which is only a total of 10. So it's still just fine. Awesome. I love that the Makeshift Munitions has just been growing the Mortician Beetle the whole time. Still a minute ahead on clock. Here's another Artificer. So now I've got 9 power and toughness of indestructible creatures. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Oh my god, if Gixian was symmetrical as well. That would be incredible. All right. Mold Folk, sacrifice Karen Feeder. Now we're a minute and a half ahead. And they're attacking. They got to get that damage in. Find another land on top. Attack all. Block with Kenku Artificer and a bluff. Then sacrifice the Artificer. Grow my Beetle. A Kenku Artificer again. Just maximum Artificers. This is exactly what they need to win. Maximum Artificers, but I win on game 3. Oh, Whisper of the Dross. So I can get rid of the Kenku Artificer before combat. This just wins the game, doesn't it? They can sacrifice the bridge so I don't gain the life, but it doesn't matter. I win the game, and we managed to get a 3-2. That's pretty great. 3-2 with the deck, first time in a league, and I really think we could have got the 4-1 if I wasn't such a dummy. All right, so this is the deck we were playing today, Black Sack Pro, and I had a lot of fun with it. Um, Definitely was not expecting the type of decks that we came up against. I mean, Affinity, absolutely, sure. Expected Affinity. Maybe, Orzhov Ephemerate. But I really expected to see a lot more red. Really did, really did. And that's okay. Next time we play the deck, maybe we'll fight red 5 times in a row. Who knows? But for today, pretty satisfied with how the list played for a first time. I can definitely see why people have been saying that Snuff Out would be a good addition. There's definitely some times where a Snuff Out would have helped quite a bit. Being able to kill a Goliath Paladin, for example, would have been pretty helpful. But we didn't put it in the deck this time, and we still did pretty well. And I'm not too sure where I would put it, to be honest. Really, really liked the Mold Folk having another large threat that allows us to sacrifice our creatures and even our artifacts. We can sacrifice our Vault of Whispers, we can sacrifice our treasures, and grow the Mold Folk and the Infiltrator at the same time. Blightbelly Rat was fantastic, despite my one fuck up on my stacking the triggers wrong there. But despite that, yeah, definitely pretty happy with this. Liked how it was playing against even matchups where I thought we were going to have a really hard time. Like I thought we were going to have a pretty hard time versus Blue Fairies. We managed to find the line on that one. We managed to beat Affinity 2-0. Always got to be happy about that. The sideboard definitely wasn't very helpful in the matchups that we played. I think that we could definitely spend some time adjusting the sideboard. I mean, like I have the 3 Unexpected Fangs for red decks, and we didn't fight a single one of them. So I'm not sure that I want to be like just pulling the Unexpected Fangs out. But like maybe the Duress. I mean, I have it in there for like Salt type Poison and Fog decks and Bogles. but maybe those decks just aren't prevalent enough to warrant the duress, and maybe I should just have the 4 snuff outs in the sideboard. I'm not too sure, but regardless, I did really enjoy playing the deck. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if anyone out there on YouTube or here in Twitch decides to pick up the deck, I would love to hear about it. I'd love to hear about your experience, what matchups you faced, and how you think the deck should change.